Hey guys, took a little bit of a time off, but I'm back and I wanted to tell you about something. It's about how much DoorDash sucks. Hey guys, welcome to Cuts and Grits. I'm your host with the most, Mike Leopold. Let's get started on this, shall we? So we've all seen the joke. DoorDash is amazing. You can order a $3 burger and have it delivered for $28. It's basically a financial magic trick now, isn't it? No, it's not. At this point in the Wild West of 2026, it's not to just hit submit and consider what other options are out there for you to get a chili dog if you really want one. But what is internally happening when you hit send? Not a lot of people know about that. Let's roll with it, and I'll give you a personal experience I've had with this clown show of an organization. So about a year and a half ago, I went through my hustle and grind phase of my life that I go through every so often, where I want to create new things and do all this new stuff, right? Um, I thought picking out a side hustle would be a good way to save some money for Christmas. Was I wrong though? I mean, DoorDash is terrible. And let me just preface this by saying that if you're currently door dashing as a side hustle or a full-time gig, I totally get it. This seems like a viable option for most people who have extra time and just want to make some extra cash. The gig economy is a good way to make that happen. But do me a favor, just avoid DoorDash if you can, because what I'm about to tell you is just how I felt, and they're not very, good to people in general. So my first legitimate order came in about 15 minutes into the first shift that I did, when I wasn't waiting for uh, spots to open in the areas I was looking to dash. It was at a Jewel Osco where I had to pick up 30 bags of groceries for a customer, and before I could even park and get into the action, I got two more orders, one for 10 and one for 5. Now, nobody told me this how much of a pain in the ass this would be, and I ended up having to spend 2 hours at this Jewel scanning bags of groceries and trying to scan the other bags that didn't work for some reason. And you have to scan all the bags so you can complete the order and get paid. Meanwhile, the staff there at the Jewel was so unhelpful that I might as well have just done the shopping myself. It was the legal definition of a shit show. So I get these orders dropped off, and for the 2 hours of work, I got paid $16. It felt like a slap in the face, but I decided to keep working, thinking it could get better. And oh boy, did I not realize how bad this would get. Fast forward about a week, and it's getting more up my butt. There really isn't another way to describe it other than this picture. Yep, that's a great way to describe it. I was either driving 20 minutes out of my way to pick up Jersey Mike's for some jerk off, or sitting in my car like a weirdo for 30 minutes because there's too many drivers in the area. Well, maybe I should just go fuck myself. But that's the big joke. At least I think it's a joke, and the worst part about it is not even a funny one. Some of the biggest factors in getting more orders for drivers is to target the hotspot areas in your town, complete all the orders, and accept all the orders. So you're telling me that I have to accept every single order to get my rating higher so I get access to more orders. That's a very nice way of getting you to accept shitty $2 orders that will take up 30 minutes of your time, because you'd be surprised how often that actually happens when you're out and about on the app. And don't even get me started on the completion part of the equation, because half the time you have to use their dedicated app, and it A, doesn't work, B, doesn't work, C, does work, or D, doesn't work again. And you have to use AI driver support to get you absolutely nowhere and frustrate you enough to make you quit driving for the day. It honestly happens so often that I can't even comprehend how incompetent a $1 billion company could be right now. Just unbelievable. So fast forward again another 2 weeks, and I decided to check my balance on the app. About a month in, I made about $200, which is not bad, not great, but not bad either. I check my balance, and it's gone. And it's gone. All cleaned out, wiped out, empty, and whatever other synonym I can think of for this example. In other words, I was cooked, chat. I checked my settings, and it looks like someone hacked into my account and made a fraudulent balance transfer to a debit card that most certainly wasn't mine. And the funny thing is, they actually wouldn't even tell me whose debit card what it was, whose name would be on it, because that would be just helping me too much. You know what I mean? Exactly. They had no idea whose card it was. It wasn't mine. Maybe it's yours. It's my Tucker Carlson impression for you guys. And now I'm pissed. The AI chatbot kept going and pissing me off and fucking gave me AI psychosis or something. And then their call center in Papua New Guinea wasn't much help either. They kept telling me they were going to escalate this case to their manager. And after the 20th time trying and 10 times talking to somebody, I eventually just gave up. Someone had stolen my hard-earned money, and that company allowed it to happen. Or just didn't care. Either way, that's it. Well, you know what? I've taken a stand against DoorDash, and I haven't used them or driven for them in about a year and a half. And I suggest that you do the same. The only way we can show these companies who treat their employees, contractors, and everyone else better is to stop using them. That will either force them to figure it out or close. That's capitalism for you. That's evolution. Only the strong survive. I've seen constant stories of how horrible this company treats their employees and drivers. And rather than fight them on this, I'll just pay some Etsy witch to tank their stock. Go sign up for my Patreon and support this action. Just kidding, I'm not going to hire an Etsy witch yet. I guess the moral of the story today is fuck DoorDash. Grab the butt. Don't like it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share with a friend, and follow me for more. Peace out, Girl Scout.